Hello, welcome to Shittywebcomics Weekly. We're explorers on the furthest edges of experience.
The furriest regions of experience.
Demon furs to some, angel furs to others.
Are those special types of fur fags
The
I've never heard
new
of
kind,
before?
it's a new kind of fur fag
It's
hybrid.
sort of like two kinds.
You
It's
could
such a
even
new
call
kind. It's
them
like two kinds.
two kinds. First of all, we all know, as we all know, Bassetin don't get sick.
New form of disgusting degeneracy invented.
Disgusting.
New kinds.
But anyways, just getting to this, somebody, one of our oomph arenos, I guess, um, posted in response to some stuff about Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't know what it. A reminder that this is what Ian Flynn's best friend Kyle Krause thinks about Shadow. Kyle is the co-host of Bumblecast. I don't know anything about any of this shit. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know
never
anything
heard of
about
these
Sonic the
people
Hedgehog
before.
because I
For
don't
all I
care.
know, they're more popular than the Quartering and fucking
More popular
Nerdrotic.
than God, perhaps.
I wouldn't
Perhaps.
have any idea. I have no idea who these people are, and I don't care.
I don't want to. But here
It's sort of
he.
like the thing we were talking about with Star Wars. Actually, interesting topic in the
Oh
previous
yeah,
video, but forget that. Let's go over Star Wars again. Somebody mentioned that there were going to be Wookiees instead of Ewoks,
yeah, which would have made more sense, definitely.
and it's like, on the one hand, oh, that would have been a lot better. On
Ah,
the other hand, do I give a shit about Star Wars at
do
all anymore?
do I give a shit?
I mean,
No.
look at fucking how much Star Wars has helped EVS.
Yeah,
Fuck Star
Star
Wars.
Wars has benefited some of the lowest scum fucks in history for
Yes.
one reason or another. Um,
Yeah, and not just people who fucking made videos about it. I
if
mean the people who
yeah,
made the movies.
yes, if everyone involved in Star Wars in any way, even tangentially, were just wiped out of existence, the world would already have been a better place decades ago. If there was
Actually,
never
here's
Star Wars, the people who made
here's
it or the
one
people who talk about
positive.
it on
There
YouTube.
is one definite positive to Star Wars is that the success of Star Wars helped greenlight Star Trek: The Motion Picture, an infinitely superior movie.
And an infinitely superior franchise.
Yes,
Even
that's
with the
it. That too.
shitty new
Intellectual property.
Trek, even with the shitty
Yes,
new Trek, to be honest, the fact that like even fucking Lower Decks is better than Star Wars, to be honest. That's
yes,
how bad Star Wars is.
yes.
Star Wars sucks. It's not good. It's bullshit.
Lower Decks, the average Lower Decks, better than the best Star
Yeah,
Wars.
and there are some shitty Lower Decks episodes, of course. Not all
Yes,
of it's
I
great,
don't
but
want to say that those are still good because
there are
those are really bad.
legitimately some really good Lower Decks episodes, though. But
Yes,
you kind of have to get
it's
further
an
into. You have
overlooked
to get
show
past the first
partly
couple of
because of the first couple of
painful
episodes.
episodes.
The first couple of episodes practically ruined its own reputation by
Yes.
just being the exact typical horseshit you
Well,
would
also at the
expect.
same time, it was after Discovery where it's like Discovery begins where Michael Byrne. Ugh, just even saying her name is just nauseating
Michael
now.
Burn Loot Kill, Burn Loot Murder.
Yes, but it's like the pilot of Discovery has her just fucking up epic style. And it's like, oh, where's she going to go with this? And it's like the whole rest of the show is just celebrating her and how she was right all along. It's like, no, she clearly wasn't. That's clearly the setup is that she fucked up big time.
And then the
But
show also continues to be retarded bullshit too.
yeah, but and then that's the thing is that so when you watch Lower Decks, you think it's just another Michael Burnham where instead of her being fucking rightfully called on out for fucking up, instead it's like it's going to be, more of that Discovery shit and instead it's actually not that. So it's a double
A
subversion of your
few,
expectations.
a few of the episodes,
Yeah, you can tell a bad Lower Decks episode when it describes Mariner as awesome or badass. It's like, oh no, here we
or
go.
it's praising her a little too much
Yes.
right off the bat.
The
You can
third
usually tell within the
episode,
first 2 minutes.
I would recommend people start with the third episode, which involves her being dunked on many times, rightfully, and the white male saves her and is the hero, and is correct in being the hero.
And she ends up, and it's also a good episode when she calls back to that resentfully.
Yes. Which also, anytime that happens, she, again, it ends up being in the wrong.
Yes. Which is the correct way to do that. Didn't you want to make a good character with your show?
Yeah, because it actually does turn her into an interesting character. Speaking of which, a character on par with Mariner is Shadow the Hedgehog, where just this guy who follows me, and I follow him, I think. Who cares? It's the thinking cap, this fucking sucks, actually, and literal coolest thing ever, as previously shown, and as people have seen, of course. We did a previous episode about it, but the literal coolest thing ever in this case is Shadow the Hedgehog holding a gun and on a motorcycle. And again, it goes to show this guy, the guy who made this, it was Fallen Chungus, and he actually got, and does still basically get, the idea of memes. His comics are good memes. They make for good meme templates. So here's Fallen Chungus, where he draws the G-Man going, "Wake up, Mr. Fee-Man." But and then a kid with lollipop going, "It's the guy from Skibbity Toilet." So G-Man just laser beams eyes the kid in the face. It just burns his.
Which is great.
Blows
I'll
his
also
face
say
off.
this: there's not enough celebration of Half-Life, and there aren't enough really good, smart Half-Life memes. The game deserves, but for some reason, it's always about Halo. Everything's about Halo.
Yeah, people give credit to Halo that belongs to Half-Life. Half-Life is better in every single way than Halo, even in some ways that are essentially impossible.
Halo know better. The developers of Halo are like, yeah, we love Half-Life.
Yeah,
we were
exactly.
inspired by Half-Life.
The best parts of Halo are only because of Half-Life, and only ever will be. And the worst parts of Halo are the parts that have nothing to do with Half-Life. And there are many dumb, shitty, boring, lame parts of the Halo game, the entire series. Pretty much all of Halo 2, including the texture pop-in. But
I like the Halo games, but they are massively overrated.
Yeah, probably some of the most overrated games. But anyways, the other thing, though, is Fallen Chungus. He had 2.3 million views on this one, and this is from like only a week ago. So it's a big hit. But also, Fallen Chungus still kind of a fucking nut job, and not totally basted with the red pill sauce. He is apparently a leftist, and I think a troon.
Yeah, I was actually going to say, it's the House of Decline guy, and it's like, no, this is a different one.
Yeah, this is yet another one. But that is an interesting example because they did both do... They're both actually still pretty decent at making comics.
That's the simple fact is that, yes, leftists can fucking make something.
Yeah. And
leftists can occasionally make things with merit.
And that's the thing, is that usually it has nothing to do with politics. In a way, if it wasn't for the stuff, if it wasn't for the stuff about Fallen Chungus, like melting down and being like, I guess I'm going to be homeless or whatever the fuck, I wouldn't even know anything about them otherwise. But yeah, they have a really weird, interesting, distinct art style that mixes a lot of thin lines with thick lines, too. I think that's interesting.
It's almost designed like they're supposed to be for people to make memes or even edits.
Yeah,
there is like that aesthetic is it's kind of taken off a little bit lately, where it's just like, oh, I remember memes. And so people make stuff in that exact style, kind of MS Paint simple.
Yeah, that's what this looks. It's very pixelated. It's very simple and MS Paint-ish, but it's also very exploitable. Also, like you could replace the text with almost anything, and it would still work. Whatever you replace the text with. So the guy still got it, even though he's homeless now or something. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't care.
He wouldn't be homeless if he hadn't voted for Trump.
Yes, if only. That's too bad. But anyway, so as usual, unlike Reshare, donate to our Subscribe Star to find out what everyone else is clueless about. And as usual, of course, for everyone else, sure to listen to Shitty Webcomics.